When I was in high school, I watched a lot of movies. And in those times, I would stay up all night, scrolling through Netflix to see whatever caught my attention. Usually, I would go through horror movies because it was late and I wanted to be scared. And one day, I decided, I'm just going to choose whatever poster catches my attention. And I found something that caught my eye. Escape from Tomorrow. I thought, this looks interesting. Poster looks kinda cool. Guess I'll watch that. And as soon as I hit that play button, my life changed forever. When it was done, I considered it the worst film I have ever seen. Many years have passed, and the last time I saw it, it was that horrible night. But I still remembered it pretty fondly, so I never rewatched it again to see if my opinion changed. Until today, I did what many people do with films they hate, and bought it on DVD. As of recording this, I haven't watched the film again, but I wanted to give you a little retrospective just to give you an insight on my feelings on it. Alright, enough chit chat, let's start this bad boy. God. Escape from Tomorrow is a film written and directed by this guy and starring these people. It was released in 2013 and the backstory of this film is much more interesting than the film itself. They shot the whole thing in Disney World without their permission. They got a small crew together and shot on Canon DSLRs to make sure they never got caught. It was shown at Sundance and people genuinely thought the movie would never come out and Disney would sue them. And somehow Disney decided, nah, we'll just let it pass, we don't care. Which people thought was weird, and then they saw the movie and went, oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, Disney, I know none of you are watching this, but you could do all of us a favor and just stop this movie from existing. You have the power if you wanted to. How bad is it? What makes it the worst movie I've ever seen? Well, buckle your seatbelts and bring your bars down, because we ain't using fast passes on this So the movie opens with footage of Thunder Mountain Railroad. A bunch of people are having fun until out of nowhere, a CGI head flies at the screen. You might be asking yourself, Garrett, this is an intriguing and promising start to a film. Does this come back in any way? Nope. Get used to it, because that happens a lot in this movie. Next, we cut to our lead character, half naked at his hotel room. He's talking to his boss and he soon discovers that he's been fired.
Sorry, old boy. I'm just a messenger. Do give my best to the family. Oh, and don't forget about soaring. My boys just won't stop talking about it. They say you actually feel while you're flying. Sounds lovely.
What boss talks like that? Yeah, you're fired. Pack your bags and get out of my building. Also, that new Marvel movie, God, it was so good. When he finishes the phone call, he goes back inside and talks to his family. He's got a nagging wife and 2 children that whine and complain about everything. Does that sound unbearable? Well, today's your lucky day, because we're stuck with these people the whole 90 minutes. His wife asks what his phone call was about, and he tries to hide that he's been fired. And somehow through this awkward answering, she's convinced.
But it was a little weird. Tell me what's going on.
Look, I want to have one final, decent last day here, okay? That's all I ask. All right?
Okay. Next, we see them go on the monorail, and we get to see the most uncomfortable subplot in the whole film. 2 teenage French girls walk in, and the lead dude immediately takes interest in them. How do I know they're teenagers? Well, let's look at the back of the DVD. An idyllic family vacation quickly unravels into a surrealist nightmare of paranoid visions, bizarre encounters, and an obsessive pursuit of a pair of sexy teenage Parisians. Wait, what's this on the top? A phantasmagorical nightmare on par with something Terry Gilliam would make? Whoa. Have you watched the movie? And on the Wikipedia page, it says it's compared to Roman Polanski and David Lynch. Just to put it in perspective, this film is apparently on the same quality as Brazil, Rosemary's Baby, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Eraserhead, and Mulholland Drive. You got that? Alright, let's move on. They get to the park and go on a couple rides. They go on the Winnie the Pooh ride and the lead dude decides to make out with his wife in front of his children?
No, honey, no, honey,
What are you worried about, honey? It's all right. You're such a downer. You're such a Debbie Downer.
no.
As you can see from the short time we've been with him, he's a standout guy. The lead dude seems to be the only one that notices this and starts to have a freak out. There's no build up, nothing is set up, it just sort of happens out of the blue.
Something's wrong with Elliot.
Oh, you're not his father.
Now you might be wondering, this is kind of intriguing. Does this come back later on? So they get off the ride, and he asks his wife if what he saw was real. She kind of shrugs it off, and they part ways to go on separate rides. Jim takes his son on the Buzz Lightyear ride, which apparently is taking forever to get on. The Buzz Lightyear ride's shut down because of plot convenience, and the two go out to find another ride. The lead dude was able to find the two French girls walking by, so he follows them to whatever ride they go on. One thing you gotta keep note of this movie is that there is a lot of sex symbolism. Like, a lot. Let's start with the first one. The French girls stand in line for the attraction and eat bananas together. Do you get it? Do you get it? So they go on the car ride, more sex symbolism. And then we get to see some of the best green screen cinema has to offer. Hallelujah. 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 Imagine being the director looking at this and being like, yeah, this looks okay. So his wife gets angry at him for putting his son on Space Mountain, and we get one of many nagging scenes.
Jim, we've been waiting for you for over an hour.
I am sorry.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
I'm sorry, I didn't make him go.
You took him on Space Mountain?
Jim.
What's wrong?
Okay, just calm down.
Blackout again?
When you want?
He barely handled the teacup. I said I don't anything but Space Mountain. Freak him out.
That's the problem with this movie. The plot is super thin. We're 20 to 25 minutes in, and there's barely been any plot development or anything intriguing. It's just a bunch of thinly written characters going on random attractions, and that's it. The only time we get any sort of intrigue was the opening and the scene 10 minutes ago with the Wonderful Life scene. It's like watching a family vacation filmed by someone who thinks he's smarter than everyone else. So the lead dude takes his daughter over to this one attraction and loses her. While losing her, she slips and meets up with this weird dude with a neck brace. I don't know why, but this guy keeps coming back the whole film. I don't understand the point of him being here. Is he supposed to be a view of what the average Disney World attendee is? Or is he just some weird guy? I wish I could tell you because, like before, the film treats not answering a question like a badge of honor. She's brought to the nurse, who tells them about this flu that's been going around.
Everyone's so worried about cat flu now. Children are most at risk, so we have to be extra careful. Mommies and daddies, too.
Trust me, this comes back later. Then, when they leave, the nurse starts crying. Why? While watching his chroma-keyed daughter, the lead soon comes in contact with this lady as they talk about the turkey leg he's eating.
That's not turkey, you know. Emu.
What?
Emu.
Emu?
Now I know what you're thinking. Average conversation. They're out in the open looking at their kids playing. Nothing weird happening here. Now if you were to think that would immediately cut to him being after being hypnotized by some medallion she's wearing, then you're just insane. I can't show you any of this, but the dialogue in this scene is ridiculous. So I'll just put something up on the screen just for comedic effect. Yep, there you go. So that happens, and he takes his daughter out of the apartment.